password on this computer. Okay, so now I'm going to put you back on as a attendee participant. And then we should be able to see each other. Okay, you're still muted again. There you go. Okay. All right, you ready to roll?
Ready.
All right. There'll be a full quiz later on, so I expect you to pay attention. Now, anyway, well, thanks again for.
Pencil paper.
Pardon me?
I got my pencil and paper ready to start.
All right, you're ready to roll. Okay, so my name is Albert Clark, and I'm the creator of the HomeActions system, and I've been doing this sort of email marketing for agents for well over 20 years. 20 years ago, I built the first ever electronic newsletter for agents, and this is all I've done ever since. Everywhere I go, agents, and I'm not saying this because I run the company, agents need what we have because 9 out of 10 of them don't even have a clean, reliable database. Now, Carol, you're supposed to practice what you preach. You didn't have a regular list to go yet either. So what we're doing is we're helping agents take care of what they know they need to do to make the best possible job at staying in touch. But if I was there in front of your agents, I'd ask them, why can't you do the best possible job? And they'd say everything from, Al, I have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I don't have everything. So we got picked by Exit to be a preferred partner because of what we do for agents. We get them organized. We give them intelligence on the database. We lock up the database. We do a lot of things for agents that they're simply not doing now. So again, when I came out with that fact a little while ago, 9 out of 10 agents and owners in the Exit system, and it's Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker, it's everybody, 9 out of 10 don't have a clean, reliable database. If they do, they say, well, yeah, I have a database, but it's in Gmail, it's in the iCloud, it's in my MLS, it's in KV Core, Sync, whatever, but it's not in one place. So we go in and we export all the contacts from all these sources for you, and we build you a professional grade database. Then you could take anybody off the database you want and put them right into the system, and then they become exclusive. We'll talk about that in a couple slides, but it's very powerful to have your database locked up so your clients, prospects, and friends can't get this from anybody else. Okay, so Judy in New Jersey here, she's been with us 2 or 3 years. This is just an example of what we do, but every 2 weeks, we send out a highly branded newsletter. We already wrote 7, 8, or 9 stories. We could bring in your listings, your just solds. Over on the right-hand side here, you'll see where it says new listing in Willingboro. Well, that's Judy's new listing. So as soon as somebody opens the newsletter, we track that. As soon as they click on one of these predictive articles, we track that. And Judy's newsletter, excuse me, on the left there, go down to that sold sign. You see the sold sign at the bottom of the image on the left side, ladies?
Yes,
Okay, that's our most widely clicked article. Everybody wants to know what's sold down the street. And what we do is we help the agent better use RPR, Realtors Property Resource. I believe all your agents know what that is. Is that true, Carol?
Yes.
Okay, are many of them using it, or you just don't know?
Not many of them yet.
Okay, so we're going to get more value out of RPR for them because I'll show you in a couple seconds what we're going to do. Now, this is the top part of Carol's newsletter that's going to go out tomorrow to her database. She's going to send me today. So we work pretty quick. So what we get at is impactful information, not chicken pot pie recipes, not moving day tips, not your typical realtor fluff. We were picked by Exit because of our dedication to good hyper-local content. So everything is tracked every time the newsletter is touched, and you get intelligence on your database. We want you to know who's getting engaged with what content. 40% of consumers that are clicking on this kind of information are actively doing their own research. Okay, they're warming up for a transaction. Maybe they haven't called the realtor yet, but the only place they can get this is from Carol, for instance. Okay, because Carol got the email addresses in there first. So whoever gets their email addresses in first wins. I don't want to call it that, but there's a first mover advantage to getting your list in and protected, because email addresses can only be used once in our system. So all you have to do is give me a bunch of zip codes like you see on the bottom there. When they click their zip code, is there a question there? I'm sorry, Carol.
No, no, I'm fine.
No? Okay.
Carol and I came from the same area, and I asked her if she used my zip code.
Yeah, that's all right. So again, we help the agent get more value out of our PR. We know this is what consumers want because we send out about 5 million a month. So we know what they're clicking on and what they're sharing. Then we also have this new feature called the Small Business Showcase. What we do is we ask the agent, and there's no extra charge for any of this content. We ask the agent if they want to support small mom and pop businesses in your town. And all the time they say, yeah, sure. Well, tell me how to do it. So what we have here is the ability for the agent to just give us 5 or 10 small businesses, the Italian deli, the beauty salon, the hardware store, whatever, and we'll build a directory right inside the newsletter so consumers can see what that particular small business might be offering. So we'll take them right to the small business website if they want us to do that. So again, here it is. It's a great PR tool for agents. Everybody should be helping small businesses recover from the pandemic, right? This is one way to do it. Now, at the end of the day, what we really do is we portray the agents and owners as advocates, okay? Watching out for what's going on around the home, behind the home, under the home, everywhere else. Now, you can see Gwen's newsletter here on the left-hand side. She has one of our programs that's widgets that's in every newsletter, and that's what dangerous products are recalled today from the Consumer Product Safety Commission. You'd be surprised the millions of products out there that are dangerous, that broke, that caught on fire. We update your readers every day if they click that megaphone. Over on the right, we're always tracking scams, right? Because everybody's trying to scam senior citizens these days into giving up their money. Well, we track all this and we alert readers and we tell the readers if they have senior citizens as parents, forward this article out, okay? So here we are keeping the consumers involved with what's going on with all sorts of scams. Over on the right side there in the bottom, I'm sure you guys come up with this problem all the time. When you ask a potential client about their credit report or credit score, what they think it is, they say, oh, my credit Sesame or my credit Karma is a 760. But by the time they get a FICO done, it's down to like 690. So these consumers need to know that those aren't the scores that mortgage companies use to approve for a mortgage. So here we are trying to make it a little bit easier for you guys, yet we keep educating your consumers that some of these credit apps may not be worth it, because they're free. So what we get at again is what we call predictive content. That article on the right there, true or false? Would you want to talk to, 15 people that are looking for down payment money? I think you would. So you're going to know as soon as somebody clicks on that article that they still think it's 20%. Now, we all know you don't need 20% anymore for a down payment. So what we're getting at here is educating your consumers into areas that they're interested in. Now, this one, you guys can take this and run it to the bank today. 7 out of 10 homeowning families that have no idea how much equity they have in their home. They know it's good, but they don't know how much. Okay, so what we're going to do is set you up for doing more CMAs. Because as soon as somebody clicked that article, 30 seconds later, you're getting a text and an email. And you're going to say, Al, why do I care? Well, somebody's interested in finding out how much equity they have. Why do you think that is? Might they be planning a move? I don't know this. I'm just giving you conversation starters. You've got to go into the back end system and see everybody that clicked, opened, shared this kind of content and use that as a conversation starter. Because if you don't have anything in common, you don't have anything to talk, you're not going to call these people. And these are people that you haven't talked to in 2 or 3 years. You met them at open house. You got their newsletter from somewhere. We're going to help you nurture those relationships and then lock them up. So back to email exclusivity. Once we put in an email address, once Carol gets her list in, nobody else in that office or in this country can attack her database with their home actions. Okay? Do you ladies understand this one?
We do.
And the power of this, because we don't want the Keller Williams agent sending this stuff out to your clients or the Century 21 agent. Okay? This is all exclusive. And this is why we're not going to Keller Williams, Century 21, Coldwell Banker in your town. Why? Because we told Stacy we wouldn't. Because we want to give your agents a chance to fire up their database, get it in and get it protected. That's what we do. We do that 24/7. Now, we also have a social media game.
To ask you one question.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Mine.
Yeah.
On mine, I have all the phone numbers. I don't have all the email addresses. What do I do?
Well, you can text them, right, and say, hey, I'm looking for your email address. I got this really cool newsletter. Click here to see a copy of it. You know, we'll be able to design those texts for you, but
Right.
you got to send them out.
Okay, that's what I'll have to do is take.
But also, Carol, we're going to go into your Gmail, right? Do you have contacts in your telephone?
Yes,
Okay, so we'll be able to export those contacts out of your iCloud or wherever your phone backs up. And then your
Okay.
MLS. If you set people up for listing alerts, we're going to go everywhere we can to grab all the emails we can. If I can see
can
emails,
we add,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
can we add to that email list?
Oh, yeah, any 24/7, either with your phone, send us an email, send me an email, say, Al, I just met 4 people at an open house, put them in, or you could do it yourself. We make it very easy to add more members, because that's the idea here. Build, nurture, and grow your database and also protect it. Okay? So these are just some of the articles we have, and 1,200 articles that we wrote that you can use on your website, on your blog, drag it right to social media. Okay, anywhere you want to put this content. Any questions on this?
Thanks, man.
Albert, let me ask you a question. What is
Go ahead.
RPR?
RPR is Realtors Property Resource. It's a free system you get through your MLS. Really, you pay about $5 a year for it out of your NAR dues. And what it does is it pretties up your otherwise ugly MLS data. So you can go in and say, I want a market snapshot report for this area, that area, throw the schools in, neighborhood demographics, what's sold. It's a great resource. NAR has spent $250 million so far on RPR. And for the first few years, they couldn't give it away. Well, guess who one of their biggest users of RPR is? HomeActions, because we get the agents' reports and everything pulled out, we get them engaged, and we are a delivery vehicle for RPR. So what you want to do is write down NARRPR.com. And when you type in your email address, they already know that you're with that MLS, and they know you're with Exit, so it's going to be pre-filled out. All you got to do is, if you're going to work with us, is say, hey, Al, put those what's sold down the street reports in my newsletter, because I want to catch people that are interested in that topic. So that's what we'll do for you. So the night before your newsletter goes out, we'll pull full fresh reports. Now, why is that significant? Because every 2 weeks, we're going to do it again. Because you don't want to give somebody a month-old market report, right? You're going to miss a lot of stuff. That's why we do it right before your newsletter goes in there. Carol, we could do that for you. Carol, have you signed up for RPR?
Yes,
Okay, so before your newsletter launches, in fact, we're going to talk later on this afternoon. We might be able to delay your mailing for a couple hours tomorrow to get that RPR stuff in there. It's very, very beneficial, makes for a great first impression. Okay, now this is an example how somebody would post their newsletter right on on Facebook. Okay, it just takes a couple seconds. Every article we write for you, every newsletter that's full, 7, 8, 9 articles, has its own unique URL. So we could put that URL anywhere and distribute your newsletter. Now, the fun part is sitting down, which I'll be doing with you, sitting down with you after the newsletter launches, and we're going to open up all these metric reports. You got about a dozen of them to let you know where the opportunities are. So up at the top, look at this one, extensive metrics from everything. Delivered 1,336 emails. Of that, 615 opened it at least once. Now, this is a dramatic number I'm going to tell you right now. Half of your readers are going to open your newsletter multiple times. You're going to say, well, why? Well, because they like the content, it was too long to read, they want to save it for later. Whatever reason, half of your readers are going to open your newsletter multiple times. You know what that means? Impressions, impressions, impressions. Because the only way they can keep your newsletter in their inbox is if they keep your newsletter in their inbox. And as they go up and down their email 100 times a day like we do, they're going to see your name and your subject line. Okay? So we're all about impressions. Over on the top right there, you'll see 58 total triggers. That's the article snapshot on the left there. Look at that red arrow. 28 people wanted to know what's sold down the street. 40% of them, or about 9 or 10, are actively doing research right now. but they're using your tools, right? They're in front of you, not behind your back on Zillow. Now, if any of your agents have Zillow, we can go into Zillow, export all those contacts, realtor.com, wherever the contacts are, we can get them. Over on the right there, who are your frequent flyers? Who's opening up everything we send on your behalf? Where's the allegiance? What we try to do is create an allegiance between your readers and you, because everything you're sending is valuable. Again, not chicken pot pie recipes and not moving day tips. At the end of every article, we ask the reader, in fact, we don't, you do, to vote on the article. How well did you like it? Okay. And what you'll see is they respond to these probably 15% of the time. So you're going to always get feedback when your newsletters go out, because people will read these articles 3-4 days down the road. And look at that fourth one down there. Do you know somebody thinking about buying or selling a home? Anytime you get one of these in your email, based on what article, you want to know that somebody may have checked that box down the bottom. So, be careful to analyze that one all the time. That doesn't happen all the time, but it's a great source of referral business, because you're in front of people every 2 weeks that can refer you. If they forget what office you're with, their phone number, email, you're going to have a tough time getting referrals from them, right? This is what we know. So when it comes to Zillow, we know that if your consumers go to Zillow to try to find this kind of information, they're going to get hooked into Zillow's philosophy. They're not coming back to your website. You possibly might lose them, okay? So what we did was we took all these reasons that people run to Zillow and we built a widget. Now, Carol, this widget's in your newsletter. It's in every newsletter. It allows your reader to pull up 150 million street addresses. There aren't any more than 150 million street addresses in the country. Now, this is not email addresses. This is 150 million front doors, if you will. We know what's going on in the house, how old the house is. Where do you see some of these stats? But this is a great PDF report that opens up right on their screen. You don't have to do anything, except when you find out that somebody opened up this article 30 seconds later, you get that text and email. You want to jump on this because we're going to tell you what address she's digging into. So if it's 59 Hillock Woods, that might be one of your listings, right? So we're going to give the reader all sorts of demographics on what's going on in the area, recent sales nearby. Now, those aren't comps. Those are just all recent sales, because again, everybody wants to know what's sold down the street. And then we get into rent versus own, tax information. What's the average tax bill in that area? Cost of living information, school districts. We don't tell them which school they're going to go to. We just tell them where the schools are. And they could click on those blue boxes and go right to the school website. Income levels in the neighborhood, right? Is it an affluent area? Based on where we're looking all over the country, we're going to tell you that that's an affluent area, and you just might want to know that. So then after that, we get into what we call neighborhood amenities. We know everything that's going on with the house. Now we want to find out what's going on with the neighborhood. So where are we going to go for fine dining? Where are we going to go for happy hour? What stores are in the area? If you have to have a Starbucks by you, right? We know where all the Starbucks are and the coffee shops. And you'll notice everything is within 2 or 3 mile radius of any address in the country. So, over the years, you've seen agents, they're marketing, I'm the neighborhood expert. Well, what does that mean? Okay, match it up with now your ability to pull up information on 150 million street addresses and every neighborhood around that. You know the neighborhood better than they do because you're proving it on a daily basis. Any questions about this yet?
Yeah, let me ask you a question, Albert. So if I'm sitting down with a potential client, can I pull this information up and show them everything around this front door that they're might be interested in?
Yes. You want to pull this up or you want to email it to them? Any way you want to use it. But you'll be able to pull it up, or you might just save it in an email so you don't have to go and type in 59 Hillock Woods again. Just have the PDFs in your email. So you'll be able to send that link right to that report. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so you could use this many ways. You can put this widget on your social media, okay? And you'll have the coolest social media link to a powerful tool anywhere else you've seen in real estate. Because this is what consumers want. They want to do a lot of this research on their own. And they are, but they're doing it in front of you. That's the operative situation here. Because they want this information, they will pay, build allegiance with those that give it to them. So if you have to, half the realtors around here, I'm sorry, half the consumers everywhere in the country have pets. So you may not like pets, but you know where all the pet smarts are, the Petcos, the dog walkers, the animal hospitals, all within a few mile radius. Where are we going to get our tattoos removed, toenails done, et cetera, et cetera? Where are we going to work out? Where are all the gymnasiums in the area, right? If you're in the physical fitness, you don't want to buy a house 15 miles from a gym, okay? So you are showing your expertise and your professionalism on all facets of real estate here. So at the end of the day, we know what to send. We know when to send it, right? Early in the mornings, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, how to create these conversation starters and how to lock in exclusive value, because everything I showed you so far, your clients, prospects, and friends can't get it from somebody else once they start getting it from you, okay? Now, when we put in your database, there might be 1 or 2 or 3, and I doubt, maybe in Nashville, that already have this, okay? There might be a Realty One office down there somewhere. There could be a Coldwell Banker office, but you might come across, 5 email addresses that you try to put in. We're going to tell you they can't go in. Why? Somebody else already has them. If they unsubscribe from that newsletter, you automatically get them, okay? Because you're backstop, second in command here. So what we're asking you to do is to hire my 28 employees, and this is called our subscription option, okay? There's 2 ways to pay for the program. Same level of service, okay? No contracts, stop at any time. Here's the way the monthly plan works. There's 2 plans, monthly and quarterly. The monthly plan, you benefit from having Carol, Linda, and Stacy having your back here, because together we got rid of that $99 setup fee. They all took care of that. So you don't have to pay the $99 setup fee. We're asking you to pay $60 a month, not $79, $60 per month for as many months as you want. Again, no cancellation clauses, no contracts, literally month to month walk away. If you cancel in the first month, you get your money back. You get your database back. If you cancel in month 50, we just stop billing you, okay? And you can always get your database back, because we don't own your database. You do, okay? We just nurture it for you. So the other side of the deal is the quarterly pay plan, which is $165 every 3 quarters, okay? So you're saving about 25 times 4, $100 over the monthly plan. But I always like helping, realtors and owners with cash flow. So $60 cash flow wise is better than $165. $165 is the better economical deal. But what exit agents are figuring out is, hey, this sounds too good to be true, but I'll try it for $60. Okay. And what I'm telling you is you have to get all the value out of here. You're going to have 2 newsletters on the street, because at the same time, you're going to be able to, excuse me, work with us to add all this extra content into your newsletter every 2 weeks. And there's no extra charge for anything. You won't pay a nickel more than $60 to get this program up and running every 2 weeks. So you're going to have 2 newsletters on the street at the end of your first month. If you're not happy with it, if you don't feel the buzz of this thing working, call me. Then, I didn't do my job, and I'm pretty good at my job. I've been doing it for a long time. So we will help you get the satisfaction level that you want. Now, you're not going to sell 10 more houses, in the first 2 weeks because you bought HomeActions, but you're going to see how it works, because you're in front of people that will be, excuse me, selling that many houses down the street, okay? And for the ensuing years in your career. So again, we know how to get them, we know how to hook them, we know how to keep them, okay? So as far as the monthly payment plan, we're asking you to pay $60. That's it, not a nickel more until you say yeah. Over on the right, pay $165, and that's good for the first 3 months. And as normally it's $190, but we're cutting all this down because we're an exit preferred vendor. Question, please. Did I hear somebody have a question there?
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, okay. Should I say something to him now? No, go ahead. Albert,
Yeah, go ahead.
on our other meeting, you had said if we get 5 people to sign up, which I know we got 3 that's sitting here that probably will.
Yeah.
And I got possibly 4 others by the time I talked to them that will, that it would be $50 a month.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if we can get 5 people in your office to sign up. What's today? Wednesday? Thursday, by Friday night, I could knock that 60 down to 50. It saved them another $120 because $10 less per month times 12 months is $120. That's the best deal, that's the best deal in the country right now. And you could only get it if you were
Okay, so
there.
that'd be the same, it would be 150 a
I'm
quarter,
really behind.
No, it'll be a little less than that, 145 a quarter.
145 a quarter.
Yeah, or 50 a month.
Hey, Albert,
Yes.
Sounds good to me, Albert.
this is Carol.
Hi, Carol.
I want to go to the quarterly. I've known
Okay.
the monthly.
Yeah,
Can you switch it over for me?
I can work that magic for you. Don't worry about it. Well, now, Carol, we're
Okay.
gonna talk right after lunch about your database, right?
Mhm.
All right.
And I'll have mine together very shortly, Albert.
Yeah, okay. And then, now I don't even have, I mean, I could send you guys order forms, but the agents can just call me. Let me put up my phone number,
Okay.
which is supposed to be on that screen. It's not. Here's my phone number, ladies and gentlemen, 570, up in Scranton, Pennsylvania, 570-510-3507. So 510-3507. You got that? And then I've got the order forms here. All we need is 2 minutes of your time to pull out your credit card and just tell me which plan you want. So again, there's no contract, so I mean, I can send you an order for him, but you have to scan it and send it back, and it's really a pain for most agents. So we'll rely on you just calling my phone number as soon as this meeting's over, and we'll get you set up. And we'll start working on your
Okay.
database this afternoon if you want. Okay, we work pretty fast around here.
Yes,
So-
you do.
Pardon me?
I said, yes, you do.
Yeah, that's what we do because we want to catch agents. We want to get agents excited about email marketing. And if they don't even have a database, Carol and Linda, you can give them all the best CRMs in the world. They're not going to use it. Okay.
One of our top agents pays a lot to Zillow, but you
Uh-huh.
can incorporate all that into her Zillow.
Sure. Every email address we can get out of Zillow. Yeah.
Okay,
And if he's using
All right,
realtor.com, we
I'll-
get it out of there too. Okay. So, okay, so then, Carol, okay, hold on a second. Carol's already got it. Linda. Who else do we have in the room there, Linda, that might do it?
are you planning on doing it or not?
No,
No,
Okay.
okay.
Albert, I need to do some work on my email addresses. Am I interested? Yes. Am I interested right now? No.
All right,
Okay.
so if
What
you
did
did,
you
if you
do?
did buy it to get the discount, here's an idea I have for you.
My value's not there.
Okay.
If you did buy this during this discount period, I would throw in a second free month. So you wouldn't have to lose the month, if you will, while you're fixing your database.
I
Okay,
appreciate that. I'm not ready to pull the trigger just
No
yet.
problem then.
But I do.
all right, Linda, you're gonna be responsible for finding out who the other 4 are,
I will.
all right? So I'll give you a call right after, what time is it now? 11 o'clock there, 11:30?
Whatever, we're an hour behind you,
Yeah,
whatever
so
your
I'll-
time is.
I'll give you a call about an hour. And Carol, I will also call you to get your list going. And
Okay,
then we're gonna move you to quarterly.
right.
All right, any other questions?
Okay, if I got somebody that will sign up but won't want to start it till January, is that okay?
They're gonna pay more, but that's fine, yeah. I'll take money from anybody.
They won't, okay, no, I'm saying that, they'll be one of our 5.
Right,
but they
that's
don't want
fine.
the
And then,
newsletter to start
yeah, that's
till
okay. And if they, if they know that I can give them that first free month after, if they join, then it might, cause them to do some work before the end of the year. Because I see a lot of agents always do that. They'll wait till January to start a marketing program. And I'll say, why don't you start in November when people are thinking about what's going to happen in the spring? So sometimes, just tell me who that person is and I'll give her the opportunity to get the free month if she doesn't want to
I
start
will.
now. Okay,
I'll let you know.
all right, so if there aren't any more questions, we could break this off and then I'll send you the recording, Carol. And and Linda, and maybe we can get some other agents to think about it.
You've got an estimate of what Carol's would look like already. Would you send a copy of that to me so I can review it?
Yeah, but it's something like, top part is right here.
Right there, there.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's 6 or 7 more articles below this.
okay.
Okay, now we might have a different, Linda, for you, we might have a different image in our inventory. So, we try to
Right,
spruce up the
I
image.
understand, but I just wanted to review that and see it.
Sure, I'll send you
I
Carol's
have
newsletter in about
seen it.
15 minutes.
Okay.
All right, any other questions?
No, thank you, Albert.
Okay, no
Thanks,
problem, guys.
Albert.
All right, see you later, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good day.
Okay, so I'll just have to start working on my, ones I got email addresses on, and ones I don't have email.
I like it.